The following is a tribute to the Women's Institute and the Women's Voluntary Service. It is beautifully written by a friend and colleague, Captain Russell Fulton, himself a legend of the time and the Rhodesian Bush War. And I quote him verbatim. Hi, Louis. Wonderful to hear from you, and sincerest apologies for the belated response, as I have been inactive on Facebook for some time now. Please feel free to use my anecdote, and I am truly touched by your kind words. Best wishes, Russell. Now, this anecdote is taken verbally from a piece written by Russell, and I quote, it's taken from Chibaya Moyo 2 of Masoja, Masodja, Masoja troops, or soldiers, troops, canteens, and our WVS lovelies in inverted commas, by Russell Fulton. Available to order, print on demand from Amazon.com. I'm going to repeat this. Taken from Chibaya Moyo 2 of Masoja, troops, canteens, and our WVS lovelies by Russell Fulton. Available to order, print on demand from Amazon.com. At the conclusion of an interesting and exhaustive 18-week first bush trip with a company of one Rhodesian African Rifles, and en route from Operation Hurricane to Methuen Barracks in Bulawayo for some long overdue R&R. R&R meaning rest and recreation. Our company commander, Major Craig Beechel, directed our convoy into the troops' canteen in Hartley for a quick bite and a cup of tea. Remember, me and Lowe played rugby for Hartley and Gatuma. Troop canteens were manned by volunteer ladyfolk, Women's Institute and Women's Voluntary Service, who hailed from the town and district in which they lived. And they were, as far as I recall, not-for-profit establishments. Everything was either heavily discounted or more likely, in fact, free of charge. Donations were, of course, quite reasonably welcomed. And all food served was always freshly prepared and cooked. These magnificent, respected women gave freely of their time. And I can honestly say that I never passed a troops canteen during all my years in uniform where they were not open during normal working hours and on weekends. Come rain, shine, wind, or hellfire, they were always open. On this particular stop, there were a few remarkable things that happened that completely disarmed and endeared me to this quiet, quaint little town, and which I have never forgotten to this very day. Upon our arrival, our company was attended to with a military precision and with the greatest demonstration of genuine affection that I have ever witnessed whilst in uniform. Frankly speaking, I traversed every corner of Rhodesia during my service, so that is not a point I underscore lightly. We've all heard and understand that well worn cliche charity begins at home. A great many simply paid lip service to it. That is until our company visited upon Hartley Troops Canteen and she raised her flag and showed her true colors. I can think of no finer example of the true meaning of this than what I witnessed that Friday frosty morning in mid 1979, following what was nothing short of exceptional service. Circa 154 men were in and out of this establishment within 20 minutes. Those in the hospitality or fast food industry must take note. 154 men were in and out of this establishment within 20 minutes. Our company sergeant major, our company sergeant major, CSM, a battle hardened and uncompromising man in Warrant Officer 2 Yangama, Kupara, BCR. Warrant Officer 2 Yangama Kupara, BCR. BCR meaning Bronze Cross of Rhodesia. Barked the order for our company to embuss at the Hartley WVS Troop Canteen. Now, here it comes. The WVS ladies and their daughters, friends, and family hastily scrambled from their stations in the kitchen, clearing tables, and from behind the counter, and formed a line from their front door towards our parked vehicle convoy. I stood with my fellow subbies and officer commanding as we watched, very misty eyed and with lumpy throats, as these wonderful ladies shook hands and or hugged every man from our company and even individually thanked them for their service. When everybody was aboard, these magnificent WVS roadie lovelies started singing our regimental song, Sweet Banana. Before the first verse had left their lips, our troops all stood in the back of our troop carrying vehicles. Stood and joined them in their hauntingly beautiful harmonic voices. A, B, C, D support headquarters. I will buy you a sweet banana. Our Masoja. Masoja is our soldiers. It's just one word for Masoja. Our Masojas continued singing until we were out of the Hartley business district. Many with tears running unashamedly down their cheek. It's black people, ne? Black people. These are the memories that I hold sacrosanct from my service in the RAR. As a country, we had a common purpose, and neither race, creed, nor religion will ever diminish that. What did this? What did this show our good RAR Masoja? Simple. They were loved by a community who respected and valued not only their service but their sacrifice, and they responded in kind. with gratitude, respect, mutual affection, and unbridled pride in our regiment. Let us never forget for one moment that the good men of the RAR and their families paid an enormous price for their service, and oftentimes in the most brutal and heinous fashion when they were singled out for personal attention by the enemy. A great many, as our roll of honor attests, were murdered while they were on R&R. This is the price so many wonderful men and families paid at Rhodesia's behest. Rhodesians, regardless of race, gender, religion, and or ethnicity, stood by their own, always and with blinding devotion and commitment. To embrace a person of a different color, especially one of the opposite sex, during the days of Rhodesia, defied accepted social norms in what was a very conservative country. There was nothing racist about it. It simply wasn't done. Period. The very public and sincere demonstration of genuine goodwill by the WVS of Hartley dispelled any maligned notion of white superiority in our company and regiment. And I was very deeply humbled by their sincere and very genuine demonstration of affection toward each one of us. It was as emotionally uplifting and enlightening as for our men as it was for their mazishe being officers. I was so enormously proud and touched by the actions of these wonderful lady folk who wore their patriotism not on their sleeve, not on their sleeves, but over their hearts. I really hope that one of them will read this anecdote and know how very deeply their actions affected our men. Each and every one of our troops or forces canteens was staffed by warm, friendly, and welcoming ladyfolk. But Hartley went above and beyond. This will never deflect from our experiences with other canteens. It was simply what played out that day that I single heartedly out, and no disrespect for our deep gratitude is in any way implied or intended to others. Frankly speaking, I never heard of anything quite as moving, nor did I witness it again. Simply mind blowing special. I salute all of our good Rhodesian women and their families who gave selflessly of their time in support of the Rhodesian defense machine, and may God richly bless them all. The image that accompanies this post is not my own, but taken from the internet. As I read it, it is an image taken of directions to Gwanda Msabesi Forces Canteen. As I read it, it is of an image taken of directions to the Gwanda Msabesi Forces Canteen. Credit is owed and accorded to whoever took it. God bless our magnificent lady folk and all who spend many hours, months, and years serving our military. If belated gongs could be awarded to you wonderful folk, I would be at the front end of that line to initiate such a request. Thank you all so much, and God bless you all. What a difference you truly made in our lives. Okay, now I never want to read this again.